Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Sunday night, the day before Halloween. Man, oh man, I am not ready for Halloween. It really has been a busy weekend, though, and hopefully it's been a very busy, productive, and fun weekend for you at home as well. But we are going to go and play a little more Dragonball Xenoverse. Spend a little more time with it, and I have a few changes and thoughts in terms of the combat. I still do believe the training mode is at least what they want you to do in terms of execution is not very productive, but the mechanics, after examining it a little bit more, there are still certain parts I actually don't like. Like the knockback effect, or pressing. I guess it would be Y and D if you had a 360 controller, or for those who actually are still used to the Nintendo scheme, X and A. Although for me, it just shows it as 4 and 3. Because I'm using a Logitech controller. So I do want to get a little more in depth of the major combat changes, or I guess we would call them additions, and I'll go over that shortly. But I think honestly the majority of the stream is probably going to be dedicated to a question I actually got on Twitter today. Kind of unexpected, I actually don't mind getting asked a lot of questions on Twitter, and it actually had to do with streaming. Now this is the perspective of someone who's not a successful streamer. I'm not Proton John, I'm not Tom Fox, I'm not Leakajin, I'm not Force Strategy Gaming, I'm not even a YouTuber, for example. I don't even have, while I do have a YouTube account, I have a couple YouTube accounts, I don't actually really publish videos on them. So being actually asked this question, it's something I actually have thought of a lot, actually, and it's actually one of the reasons I kind of actually started streaming. And I'll get into it. So this question was actually sent us. Before we start, I just want to kind of just post the question here. And he asked me. This came from a Twitter user named Thorusofer, and his question was, at Tenmar, what game would you suggest be a good starting point to gain viewers and followers on Twitch? I'll ask that again here, so I kind of stuttered there. What game would you suggest would be a good starting point to gain viewers and followers on Twitch? Now, this actually sent me into a bit of a Twitter rant, which I normally actually don't do. And I kind of want to go into it because it's actually a very complicated question. I think a lot of people who actually do streams get very overwhelmed when having to deal with that question. It's because it is a complicated question. Although it's a very basic question, it really is. Like, okay, what game do you play? The reality is, it's a lot more complicated to actually get a good foothold to actually really think, what games can I actually play that will give me viewers. And it's very much and if I may pose something, it's very much a chicken and the egg sort of situation we've got going on. So let me actually just log on in here. We'll actually do multi-lobby here, since we won't be streaming for this long, longer than 2 hours. I think we're still gonna stick with the 2-hour stream here. So, to go and address, while I did answer his question, directly, it was on Twitter. You can't really answer a question very directly on Twitter. Oh, I got a login bonus. How nice. Apparently, there's up to 28 login bonuses you can get. I bet that is related to the multiplayer. So, why don't we begin? Before I go in depth into answering Thoruso's first question here, why don't I actually take a moment here and show where I am currently. I have played a little bit offline today. And as you can see here, I no longer have Tien as my master. I now have Raditz. I've been working on going through each of the masters individually. So as you can see here, I've completed Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and now Piccolo. I went through with Piccolo, and now I have Raditz. And if you also notice here, by befriending any of the teachers you get in this game. You know, you do get titles. It doesn't exactly announce you getting titles, but it does announce you getting... If you do actually talk to your instructors, and you build up that friendship with them, you will actually get these things called marks. Now, marks here are... You get up to 3 of them, and as you can see here, they're all the little portraits. And so you can actually post them. Now there's a bronze, silver, and a gold. So we have Piccolo's here, the Ultimate Namekian. I can switch it here, a bronze. So it takes a picture of Piccolo in his baseball cap. Then we have him in, in silver. I'm trying to remember what movie that's from. Actually, no, it actually is probably the Cell. Looks like the Cell Saga, actually. But that's actually him fighting Android. What was it? Android. I guess Dr. Gero himself, actually, now that I think about it. He didn't fight Android 19. And then we have the Ultimate Namekian, which shows him, as you can see here, a nice little gold and red mark here. And you can have up to 3 of them. Of course, you can, remove it as well. And you get one just for each martial artist. And as you can see here, the one of them I actually have in the middle. Because I actually completed with Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin, it actually gave me a special one called Crane School and Turtle School, which is the one you see right in the middle. So it's actually very nice to actually see there. So it does give you at least some incentive to it. And of course the title I picked, because I mainly play a lot of these games, and majority of games I play basically by myself, so I picked Lonely Wolf. And the way you want to build a friendship, it really is just as simple. Just sit down, talk to your instructor. Radit's probably going to be a jerk this entire time, so I'm ready just to be a jerk. So I say here, oh, I missed you. Surprised that an Earthling was able to pass my test. You're different from those power level 5 insects. So of course, it's Raditz. He's going to be very reliant on power levels to describe things. But I think the next thing I just want to go over real quick before there's a lot we actually want to go over real quick before going to Thoros' first question, because I think that's going to take the majority of the stream, and I'll be talking a lot about it. I won't actually go into any of the missions here, but I do want to talk about combat. Like I said, the knock 'em down mechanic, incorporating that into your fighting style is very, very difficult, because pressing those 2 buttons at the same time when they're tied to attacks as well makes it very hard to actually have them connect. As you can see, there's also the Just Guard ability. I find this to be more of a PvP thing, because the margin of error for getting these Just Guards is very, very small. The advanced form here, if you actually do take any of these challenges here, which basically teaches the combat, it will actually use whoever you have as your master. So when I was playing this, going through these missions here, I was actually have Piccolo as my master. It would have Piccolo in these instructions. So it does change pending who your master is. But the Just Guard, it's a very nice ability. It's obviously, since it's Just Guard, you pull it off on the spot. It's very, very difficult to actually pull off. The game also does go into in depth if they can actually attack someone who's, does a Z vanish, which makes you, disappear and appear behind them, which is what makes the combat a lot more interesting in this game, because you used to only use Z vanish defensively. You can now use it offensively, and that really does change the game. As you can eat heavy smash through guard, very basic. Meet master the vanishing step skill. Very few people knew about how to do that. Now it's a lot easier, and you can now use it. You can now actually follow it up with an actual attack now, both a light attack and heavy attack. So you can actually, so instead of just simply using it defensively and just dodging attacks, you can now dodge and then vanish towards them and then attack them. So a lot more, very, very interesting. Combo attacks, of course, this game actually goes over each of the combos, how to actually have everything connect. It does involve using the knockback mechanic, Makes it very difficult. Like I said, I haven't even completed the advance because the advance requires knowing how to consistently execute the knock 'em down mechanic, which that's honestly my biggest gripe with this game. But in terms of the... Hello, Youngjin. Enjoy flying around. But in terms of the actual combat, though, with the Z-Vanish, now that it can be used offensively, that actually leads to a lot of potential. And that potential for unlocking everything becomes really, really interesting. We actually have a lot to do here, actually. Okay, let's actually use our teleport system here. Because you can actually use the Z-Vanish system offensively now, and it only costs you 1 stamina bar, you have what used to be, you have enough stamina, like 6 bars. You're going to need a lot more stamina now. I feel that stamina is going to be a much more important resource. So, like, I used to run off 6 bars of stamina. Now I'm honestly curious how many bars I can actually get. Okay, so he's actually not done with harvesting yet. Because I'll actually show this when we actually go into a mission here. How you can actually chain your combos together. So basically Z-Vanish is really great at instead of having a combo die right then and there, like if you do a series of light combo attacks, you do the whole chain of light attacks, it can actually be very good. You can Z-Vanish and continue that chain, which opens up a lot of potential. But to make that possibility, to make that potential count, you need to have a lot of stamina, because I find myself to be burning through it very, very quickly. And let's see, we actually have more oobs clothes here. We actually have been doing a little bit of the Majin on the side here. I can actually... Oh, apparently a scale I can actually give him. But what I actually wanted to give him was a sweet potato. I've actually gotten a few sweet potatoes here.
What's up? What's up?
So basically, these little Majins here, of course, you can give them items, and they will come back with whatever you want, whatever you gave them. Hi. So I currently have 3 out of the 6 I possibly can have. And he's also changed, despite it showing... Oh, it's his, yeah, his skin color has changed, so... Hi. I kind of want... I do kind of want these guys to actually change colors. Blues are... I don't find to be very important. You think the only thing that matters for giving them food is the star level. That is a possibility. Well, let me check. I actually just got Oob's clothes, and I'm trying to remember what I gave him. I've been giving them Actually, yeah, let me check my bag first. And we can actually take a look at the food here. I never gave away enough food where I ran out. I think... Yeah, I gave them giant crabs, so that was a 2-star item. So why don't we go take a look at change equipment here, and I got more of Oob's clothes. I'm getting a lot of Oob's clothes. Okay, so Oob's clothes is a 2-star. A 2-star. So that could very much be a possibility. You'll just get like a random 2-star worth of clothes here. Mainly the clothes I've been buying from the shop has been related towards the masters and stuff. So obviously I bought Raditz. I know Nappa's one of them. I've seen Nappa, so obviously I could probably buy something related to Dodoria or Zarbon. Probably like the Ginyu outfits would be appropriate. Let's see. Now, where the heck did I... Okay, there's... I was wondering, like, how can I get out of here? Also, how's it going, Ligger? And hope you've had a good weekend. I've been doing okay. So, we went to Guru's here. We're not done with that yet. We can actually go to... The one place I actually want to go is to start things off here. Is the Frieza spaceship. You specifically did the Frieza line. I thought it'd be nice to kind of start things off and see what Cooler's mission is. I've gotten another summons from him. So we got a lot of little to take care of before I address Thorosifer's question in depth. So I've had summons from. Let's see, so there's the Ginyu Force. That's good old Frieza. You're not in charge of me anymore, Frieza. I go to my play data. It lets me know I'm. First, my boss is Cooler. Hey, Cooler. So, you finally came to see me. Haha, perfect. You have chosen well. Frieza will just hold you back from reaching your potential. It's time for your first mission. I want you to defeat my younger brother Frieza and prove that I'm the strongest member of our race. That's a tall order, Cooler. You'd better not whine and say you can't fight your old boss. I'm pretty sure most people, if given the opportunity, would love to fight their first boss. Or their old boss. Pretty confident, at least for your first job. I don't think many people actually had a good first job. If you did, congratulations. Frieza will come for me. I want you to stop him and attack. Understood? And the mission. Stupid little brother. Oh, okay, Cooler's defeated. I honestly hope you can actually replay all of these missions. So I'll actually show what I mean by the combat by actually doing this mission, since I am fighting Frieza here. I'm assuming I'm fighting Frieza.
Now, show me your full power.
Oh, I'm just fighting random
No,
Time Force
Frieza
members.
is no
So we
threat
finished
to
a
me.
huge light combo
I want to see
here.
how strong you are.
I can press X, and I can just
You
continue that
rely on
combo.
such
Now that
weaklings.
changes a
Do I
lot.
terrify you that
Usually the AI will be very smart to actually just dodge everything. I also finally got Meteor Crash. Very nice. And I'm actually impressed they actually let you finally use your entire key bar.
Ah, you're better than I expected. I think I might have to
So,
take you on
because of that,
myself.
I feel like you're going to really need a lot in terms of stamina. Like, stamina regeneration is going to be one of the most important things in this game now. Like, it used to be key regeneration, and the key is still very important. Pulling off these super moves, but being able to just combo and be able to keep a chain going. Of course, yeah, I probably would finally actually use some of their stamina, because they just kind of hold on to it very aggressively. Makes a huge difference. Oh, they don't let you use the key, the entire key bar. Okay, alright, well that's good to know.
That's enough foolishness! A petty assault like that won't fool me!
I still wish I had a better attack. Nice knowing you, Hayden. Well, in either case, I'm actually okay with having this awesome long combo. Now I'm gonna be eating that. I also did notice one change. They also made sure that the attacks in this game are based on the end of the chain. So obviously, if you're going to vanish, if you want to minimize damage, you really want to make sure you are actually
You're useless. This was a total.
you want to be able
waste
to
of
actually
time.
minimize everything. So if they're about to get that final hit on you,
Done swatting
that's when you
flies,
actually
are
want
you?
to
You can finish by eliminating my little.
you want to
brother.
actually be able to finish off.
You're completely outclassed, you know. Just lie down and die.
Oh, okay, you can just fall through the floor. Frieza can just apparently go through the floor. Oh no, please don't kill him. Uh-oh, that isn't good.
That was was marvelous. Your fighting is
The
most
hit limit you
praised.
hit is 36, just from a
Continue
natural
to
combo.
perform such service as my right hand. I expect great things from you.
I'm already his right-hand man.
Huh. So you do have a brain in that head of yours after all.
Thanks for the backhand and compliment, Cooler. And I got a gi for the Ginyu Force. How nice. You actually found a game-breaking bug to get today. I'm actually interested in hearing that. Hehehe. We defeated Frieza. I suppose it became inevitable as soon as we teamed up. Well done. Today you should rest and prepare yourself for the next battle. Good timing. This is for you. The real hell begins here. Use that to serve me even better than you have before. I gotta admit, I'm kinda liking the team. Hearing Cooler, I literally think of the Team 4-star Cooler right now, and that's pretty bad. But then again, it's been a long, long time since I've actually watched the Cooler movies in Dragon Ball. Alright, Cooler, what'd you give me here? The Cooler's... it's a paralyzed Ki Blast. It will always weaken you. Or weakens all attacks. In expert missions, you fight a great ape, and sometimes the ape disappears from the map and is unhittable. Ouch. That's... well, I hope they fix that. I wonder what would cause that in terms of programming. Interesting. Let's see, what's the other things I have? That looks fun, so that's Go 10s. When stamina's maxed out, boost melee skills. That's not bad. I won't use my full power yet. It's Bomb Ki Blast. It's Kibito's Super Soul. Kibito. Oh my god, I'm forgetting who Kibito is. Kibito. I think he's one of the people from Otherworld. I am actually forgetting. Help me out, Legren. Who is Kibito? Once a reinforcement skill activates, cure all ally status ailments. That's nice. And recovers ki and recovers stamina. But you have to have a reinforcement here. That's not bad, actually. It's a medium, too. I'm still not used to this form. Super Saiyan 3 is Goku's Super Soul, Super Saiyan, or Golden Mode. Okay. So whatever Golden Mode is, that's interesting. Boost Ki Blast's base skills, extra large. And depletes ki. That's actually not... that's not good. I think right now I'll keep the boost ki restored here, and the recover health here. That's a pretty nice one here. Leave Frieza alive. If he's rebelled against us, that means he still has some potential. If he loses and simply decides to obey us, then he has reached the end of his usefulness. It's pretty mean. And everyone's glad I've beaten Frieza. Think it has to do with the ape being knocked back during a scripted animation? Yeah, that might be it. We won't know until we actually look at the code. What does Dodoria say? Do you have any idea how much trouble you're causing around here? Now that Lord Frieza lost and left, the Frieza Force is going to fall into chaos. Wait, did Frieza actually leave? I doubt they'd let Frieza leave. Okay, no, they didn't remove the model. I'm astonished to beat Lord Frieza. Regardless from gone, the future of the Cooler Force looks a lot brighter than ever before. Nope, I've now caused insurrection in the ranks. Hey, Frieza.
Yes?
I should have killed you while I had the chance. Oh, it was a mistake to let you live. Look at the mess I have to clean up now. I literally even have Team 4 Stars Frieza in my head. The Emperor of the Universe out of the way, I guess that puts you in charge. Wow, who could have seen that coming? Thanks, Apool. You're the best. And just for curiosity's sake, the only actual person, the only two people I actually care about. Ginyu, you defeated Lord Frieza. What unbelievable powerful. I can't even fathom it.
Oi!
I can't believe it. You defeated Lord Frieza. Do you understand the gravity of what you've just done? Yes. Yes, I do. For my entertainment. Alright, Zarbon, where the heck are you? What Zarbon. I missed you, Zarbon. This is my chance to regain my lost status. I need to use this chaos as a stepping stone and climb back up. Yeah, see, it was all in the master plan, Zarbon. I got your back, man. Frieza Force will probably never be the same now that Lord Frieza's lost. I have to really plan out my next moves carefully. Changes coming for us fast. My god, these people are actually treating it like the 2016 election. It's absolute chaos. What have I done? I knew I shouldn't have voted. Don't vote, people. No, actually do vote. Please actually vote. Or whatever you actually think. Whichever candidates. And most importantly, the propositions. That, if anything, I'd say is probably the most important part about this election. So, we've done that. And there was one other thing I actually have missed. I didn't really realize it. It was actually related to Hercule's house. Now, of course, as we know, Hercule's looking for a bodyguard. But so he gives you, he gives you his quests and stuff, but you don't really get a notification or anything once you've actually completed the 8 quests. But the actual reason, that's actually pretty funny. Seeing a Frieza clan in Saiyaman's uniform. But this quest line here, and I've actually done a couple of them. I haven't done all of them yet, and I don't know if it's actually tied to, let's see here, let's actually bring that up, to Hercule's house progress. I don't know if it actually is attached to that yet, but apparently I could have gone on missions with the Great Saiyaman and Great Saiyawoman. Oh my god, they actually spend all day just going over poses, don't they? Oh my god, they do. Ugh, how ridiculous. You know what? Why not? Do we actually have the accessory for Saiyaman? We do not. That's a shame, but it's for the sake of hilarity. I think we actually... Did we get a new set of... I know we had a new set of clothes. We got a gi. The Ginyu Force on it. That's not bad. But why not? Let's enjoy a little bit of fun here. We're gonna do one patrol mission. I feel that's actually be fun. It's not the same as my time patrol jacket, but it'll do. I think yes. You think it is? Yeah, it seems like it's actually. This is probably how you get the egg. I think we need to decide on a color scheme. I mean, we can't go changing the color of Great Saiyaman 1 and 2's costumes, so the color of 3 would so the color for 3 would have to match. I agree, but I can't really decide what to go with. Can you help us? We've got kind of a difficulty problem to sort out, and we really could do with your input. Yes, I would like to wear red. I would like to wear red. And that's pretty much it. I'm fine with a red and blue color scheme. You know, like Superman. Well, maybe not like Superman. I'm not exactly fond of yellow. In all our time as heroes, I don't think anything's given us as much trouble as this has. And you have lived very blessed lives as wannabe superheroes. Okay, now listen carefully. The thing is, we'd like you to have your own unique flair. You know, for when you join us and we start the operating as a trio. And I just put on the goddamn costume. What God, the lengths I go for you people. You're all in greats. Every single one of you. Especially you, Jocko. Hee sorry to spring something like this on you. We didn't mean to surprise you, really. Don't sweat it, we know you've still got a long way to go yet. But you've got a huge hidden potential just waiting to be unleashed. We both can sense it. Exactly. So first things first, we need to figure out your role in the trio. Right, what sort of position do you want to fill in? Take some time to think about it. If you need advice, there's plenty of people around who'd be happy to hear you out. No need to rush this decision. What?
No!
If you do want to talk to someone, then I know. Why don't you go speak to Jocko? bound to have stories of his more interesting co-workers. I'm not sure if they'll help or not, but you never know. Alright, Jocko, what's up, man? What's that? You want to find your own unique flair? I know my own unique flair. I was wearing it literally 10 seconds ago. What do you mean, no? What kind of sort of attitude is this? You came to me for advice, remember? Some patrollers here have 8 limbs, and others just have 1 eye. There are plenty of unique guys and gals with their own unique thing. All you guys do is fly around with your 4 limbs, punching and kicking. Not very unique, if you ask me. Not using my hair as a weapon. I already know other people who do that. Very interesting that they're able to actually pull that off. Actually, that gives me an idea. Maybe there's another way we can make you unique. Perhaps you can fight with your punches, without your punches or kicks. If you had some kind of weapon, then you'd sure stand out from your 2 partners, for sure. Only I had a weapon attached to me right now. See? They don't call me Super Elite for nothing. Even the advice I give is perfect. You're wondering how you got what as human. Actually, here, we can just save ourselves a bunch of time here. Thank goodness for... Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Nope, that's not it either. Presets. Thank goodness for presets. This is my current flair, and I likes it the way it is.
No!
It probably is how you actually get it. How'd things go with Jocko? He's normally got something interesting to say. I don't know if it'll be enough to talk only with Jocko. Maybe you should try speaking with someone else too. Maybe you're right. How about having a word with my dad? I mean, with Hercule. Oh god, even Hercule? These people are killing me. Oh, you want to be unique, you say? I don't know. Sounds like a pretty random thing to ask me. See, even Hercule understands this. How ridiculous this is. And he's an egomaniac. But as the world champion, I, Hercule, should be honored that you came to me for guidance. I've decided to help you out. Tell me what you're good at. Actually, now that I think about it, but the characters he brought into the Cell games, they're pretty unique individuals, to say the least. Tell me what you're good at. Maybe the best solution lies in developing one of your strong points as a unique feature. Martial arts? You don't say. And you can fly? And fire energy blasts from your hands? I can't be having that. Sounds to me like that gang of phonies has deceived you too. It's all a bunch of tricks, I tell you. Don't think that those illusions will make you unique. I mean, all that flying around in the air doesn't even look real. If you're going to travel, use a vehicle like the rest of us. What? What do you mean what happened to working on your strong points? Don't get so caught up on the details. If you had a cool looking vehicle, you'd stand out just fine. Ha ha ha. I have a, well... No, actually, this is not a cool looking vehicle. Let's be honest. I do need a better vehicle, though.
No!
Oh! Hey, welcome back. So, how did it go? You managed to come up with a good plan? You look pretty smug, so let me hear it. Interesting. Weapons and vehicles, huh? Aha, sounds like a plan to me. I don't know why I didn't think of that myself. Because you're too wrapped up in your own goddamn imagination of being a superhero instead of actually being the hero you are. There, I said it. I don't like Say a Man. I like superheroes, but for someone so goddamn powerful, for him to develop a superhero complex is just weird. Hey, Negative Pro, how you doing? Hope you've been... How's your weekend going? Are you ready for Halloween tomorrow? I know I'm not. I'll be passing out candy to all those children. Hold on a second. I don't know if there are any suitable weapons for someone as powerful as our new third member. I've got one. It's a sword. I've been using a sword attack this entire game. Oh yeah, I haven't thought of that. I mean, you can punch harder than any gun, and you're already faster than a fighter jet. Well, it looks like it's back to the drawing board. God damn it, Videl, you're killing me here. Hey, how's it going, Super Saiyan Jacob? How are you doing tonight? Hope you've had a good weekend, and hope you're ready for Halloween tomorrow. Not necessarily, but I might have an idea. I know a weapon and vehicle that becomes super powerful once you start using them. What? Really, really, number one? Sure, for a pure-hearted Earthling like you, there shouldn't be any problems. Oh my god, I hope I get the Nimbus Cloud. and Power Pole. I'd be okay with that. He said pure-hearted. I'm hoping it's that. Looks like it's decided then. Let's get you trained up with that weapon and vehicle right away. Got it? I'll just go speak to Jocko. We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Got that? Earthling Awakening. Yep. Ooh. An awakening ability? Alright, let's try it out. Merlin's been mass claiming your... Wait, Merlin? You're obviously not talking about the wizard. Guess what your transformation as a human is? I'm guessing it has to do with the Nimbus
Today's
Cloud.
training is a little special. I hope you're ready.
Oh.
This time, we're going to give you everything we've got, which means you'll have to fight us with all of your power. You ready?
I don't think this will be easy, but do your best, all right?
No.
I need to get it together!
Whoops, wrong button. Well.
Come on! I thought you wanted to become stronger, say a noob.
It's not over until it's over. I won't give up, and neither should you.
Awaken Earthling. When Earthlings activate their Awoken skill, Power Pole Pro, they can perform special actions using the Power Pole and Flying Nimbus. Their speed and reach will increase, and they will be more powerful in mid-range battles. In addition, it's possible to guard while moving or using a boost dash, and invulnerability is granted when stepping. Okay, you're already invulnerable when you step. However, when the Awoken skill is active, some of their other moves will become unavailable. Actions during Power Pole Pro. That's a tongue twister right there. Also, I'm very sorry to hear that if Merlin's been mass claiming your Shovel Knight LP. That really sucks, man. There are ways to fight it though, and I know you can actually get those videos back. But the problem is, of course, the YouTube system is not optimal to actually enable to actually make the argument, because they rely too heavily on their automated system, and they're not willing to actually hire staff. Actions during Power Pole Pro. Press 1 or 4 to perform a combo. 3 extends the Power Pole for long-range attacks and is chargeable. Left stick to move forward, and press the 4 to perform a sweeping attack. So you do forward and 4, it's a sweeping attack. Press forward the 4 as you lose the movement stick to move backwards for a multi-directional attack. Okay. Using Power Pole again cancels the move effect. Okay, that's actually one thing I really like. Is you can actually cancel your awakening skills. Power Pro will end after sustaining a certain amount of damage. That's interesting.
You're getting stronger. You finally pushed past your limits.
Interesting. So that's forward. So 4 is literally just spamming. So what can I do? I just can only attack. Wind and Awoken Sake, hold 7 and 8 and press 3. Defeat your opponent. Okay, so there's your boost. Oh, you only have to actually press step and you become invulnerable. Okay. So wait, what happens if I just... Oh, okay. This is a little awkward. It doesn't even auto-target, like, auto-direct towards them. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's like a charge attack.
This is what I wanted. Give me more.
I gotta admit, I'm not exactly very enthused by this Awoken skill. Although, it does make sense. So 4, it's a charge attack.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Practice is the best teacher. As well as, teachers. Don't
I knew I forgot
start
to do
slacking.
something.
I'm not finished. Not yet.
I forgot to update my
This is
Nightbot.
starting to look grim. But a true hero never gives up.
That's not a lot of damage you can sustain.
How about this?
Alright, that's fine.
I will not tolerate evil. Brave Saiyaman!
No. Oh, I guess if you do look at it, they are normal attacks. Obviously, since this is a demo, I can only do that. Oh, okay, that just throws them into a knock.
I thought I could do better than this. I feel like a Saiya loser.
God damn it. So holding forward does that. Neat guard? Oh, oh, that's actually kind of neat. And you can move in guard. Hang on a second. And it's also an attack. This is an attack. This actually counts as a knockback attack.
Excellent! You've pushed past your limit! A new Defender of Justice is born! Sign my poster!
I knew you could do it. Let's ensure a peaceful world together.
Sign my poster. I'm sorry, that's
I
actually
never would have thought that you'd be this strong.
I guess Saiyans get, I guess Saiyans would probably get Super Saiyan then. Aha, that's the way to do it. Make it look easy. Hey, Gohan, number one, why'd you keep something so awesome hidden from me, huh? I wasn't hiding it from you. I just never got the chance to tell you is all. We'll discuss that later. And she wants it on her own. Anyway, 3 looks like you've firmly established your own unique identity. We've got 1's power, 2's unique, and 3's are magical mystery weapon handling skills. Together we're the perfect team. I think you're finally ready to become a new number 3. Just so you know, the Power Pole and Flying Nimbus used to belong to my dad. No, haha, they belonged to a great warrior who specifically said he wanted them to entrusted to you. Phew, that was close. So bearing that in mind, I want you to use their power wisely, okay? Awoken skills. These are special skills that can be equipped from the change skill set. They can change one's appearance, raise different attributes, alter animations, and show off characteristics of the race using them. There are some awoken skills that can be used by any race. Interesting. Alright, well, I think we'll save I think I'll probably do a lot more of those on my own time, but it's nice to actually show that off. So let's actually let me actually catch up here. So I was kind of wrapped up in that. Not wizard, not the wizard. Oh, that's unfortunate. Reedy. I like Merlin. Merlin the wizard, to be specific. And we just teleported to the wrong area. I don't know why I did that. But we can actually do one thing. If you're ever looking for food, you probably already know, you can actually just talk to these guys here along the road as you kind of fly or, you know, ride your vehicle. And these people will pretty much always give you food. Sometimes they won't. Yeah, like she doesn't. But you can get a good supply of food. Merlin's a third-party music distribution. Yeah, so yeah, they're another company that abuses the YouTube system. Well, that's what happens when you rely too much on claiming things. All you have to do is actually just keep talking to them, and that actually raises your friendship level. So it's nice to pass the time in doing that. That's very unfortunate. And since they're foreign, they don't... No, actually, that's not exactly the case. The laws that apply will always be based on the nation state that you are actually that actually has the company existing. So unless Alphabet, the current company of Google is moved to a different nation other than the United States, they actually do have to follow certain laws. The problem is, of course, is them being something tells me that Merlin's probably very much a shell company. So you're probably going to run into a lot of issues actually trying to hold them accountable. But yeah, something tells me Merlin's more... They're a company that basically abuses the system on videos that can be monetized or are monetized, and abuses the system so much that they are effectively making a profit because they're going after... it's like that movie, Office Space. We go after pennies, or fractions of pennies. And those fractions of pennies add up. Because all they really need is a bot to actually run it. Actually, I think I remember actually looking up that company once, and I believe they were actually based in New York. Of all places. Like, they actually had an office in New York. But that's unfortunate. You really do need to actually fight that, and if anything, I would actually get contact the developers. Contact Yacht Club Games. Quite literally, contact them. Send them a mail, send them an email, and send them an email, get their approval that you can post your videos, get the express written consent, and submit that with your appeal. That's what you should do. And YouTube will, when you actually get a person, and that's very easy to do, you'll be able to fight it back. And I know it sounds like it's a lot of work, and it is, because you actually need to actually look up Yacht Club's email address and contact them, but you can fight it, and you should fight it. Because you can beat them. And it's very easy to actually beat them, especially in video games, because a lot of game developers are just as much had to fight that same thing and understand that they want good customer relations. And a lot of them know that you're fighting on the same system as they are for promotion. It's still better than the Majin one. This just keeps getting more viable. I'm afraid I don't know what you mean, Legorin. Spring Kai Time said she was busy and needed help, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. I'm retired after all, so I was enjoying my free time in Supreme Kai's world. Well, your vacation's over. But while I'm kind of playing through the story here, there is a topic, and I'm sorry it actually took so long. I realize it's 50 minutes later since I started here. Thorosifer on Twitter, he actually asked me, let me actually alt-tab for a second, because I wanted to read his question, and I want to make that question to basically be the main topic of the stream, and he asked me a question on Twitter before the stream started, was, what game would what game would you suggest would be a good starting point to gain viewers and followers on Twitch? And, me and him kind of responded back and forth, had a bit of a Twitter rant on what exactly would be the best thing. And the reality is there really isn't a perfect game to start out with. You can, of course, start with, just look at the top 10, 15, or even 20 games on Twitch, and just pick one of those and just start streaming it. But that's not exactly, in terms of the chicken and the egg, that's not where you really want to start. If you actually want to become known on Twitch and gain viewers, you need to treat Twitch as a cable provider, and you would need to treat what you're streaming and the content you are going to provide as a channel. You need to have a brand, you need to have a character, a lot of characters, like PewDiePie, for example, on YouTube. We all know Felix is more of a down-to-earth person, but when he plays his character, or when he has played his character, it's very much a hyperbolic man-child. And I mean that in the positive way. Because a lot of young children, because that's his demographic, so he knows what kind of demographic he's actually going for, wants to see something that is extremely hyperbolic, to something that their reactions or their thoughts justify seeing a person who is older than them have those type of actions. And they're very much, and it's also very entertaining to see someone take something to its maximum, I guess you would say, outrage, or, like I said, it's all about being hyperbolic. It's being extreme in all things. And that's what makes something like PewDiePie so appealing for young people. It's because, they see someone who can be, extremely energetic, be loud, and not have a parent or guardian tell them, it's like, no, don't do this, stop acting, this immature. Stop acting so social, what is, honestly, in reality, it is socially awkward if you actually try to act like PewDiePie in public. And that's what most children end up kind of doing. And when I refer to children, I mean people who are actually, we're talking 12 and under. So we're talking about actual kids here. If you're a teenager, you're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you're at that age where things are starting to click, and you're starting to get things, and you're discovering who you actually are as a person, and what kind of personality you actually prefer to present in front of others. So, for a moment, let me actually stop. Let's actually go on into the story here. There's been another change to the scroll. I'd really like to ask you to go on time patrol. What do you say? Let's go on time patrol. Let's actually go through this Cell Saga, because Trunks only has one job today. And let's hope he doesn't screw it up.
Oh, there you are.
Trunks found something strange in the scrolls he was reviewing.
After Cell reached his perfect form, he came up with something called the Cell Games. But here's the deal. One of the participants shouldn't actually be there.
Mira.
He exists outside of the ordinary flow of time. I'll be going with you to fight. This time, though, the two of you can support us.
You can count on us.
Show the newcomer how it's done, Trunks.
Right.
Mira, warrior from the Demon Realm.
You won't get past me, Mira!
So they sent Trunks.
On my honor as a time patroller, I'm taking you down right now!
I thought you were aware of my streak. And yet you insist on fighting me.
You bet I do! No matter how powerful the opponent, I will never give in!
Such an odd source of strength. You're an interesting one, Trunks. So, you're his new partner. I wonder what you have to offer.
Cell and Goku are fighting right now at the Cell Game Arena. We've got to do something. You mustn't allow anything to interfere with their...
I give up. I can see how strong you are. I can't possibly win here. Huh? Now it's your turn, Gohan. Come on.
It looks like Goku is done fighting. Hang in there just a bit longer.
It's certainly about time.
What?
Sorry for the wait. Everything is ready.
What are you planning this time, Toa?
I imagine you'll have your share of fun today.
I think this was about the time where you actually start fighting Mira and Toa in the first one too. And can I say, just for those who haven't played through Xenoverse
I have
1,
nothing left to teach you!
I really kind of want to see what they do, actually, in terms of the Cell games, because in Xenoverse 1, and I won't spoil it, the person who was probably the strongest, the person who actually had to fight in Xenoverse 1 was probably one of the most difficult fights I actually had playing in Xenoverse 1. But let's see here at Legrin. It's still better than the Majin one. This just keeps coming out. The Majin transformation is terrible and the human one is cool because of the attack block. It's not an attack block, I noticed. I wasn't actually doing any damage. It was just more of like a knockback. You know, sort of like the, you know, if you hold down, you know, like instead of casting an ultimate, you did your evasion skill. So it's something to those lines. it wasn't actually doing any substantive damage. So let's see what Mira actually did. Or no, let's see what Toa did. Wait. I always get those two mixed up.
Cell's power is shooting up all of a sudden. This must be Toa's dark magic.
Okay, so it is Toa.
I'm sorry, but that's all the help I can give you. The old me is here too, you know. So there's that. Cell is more dangerous than before, but this isn't the first time we've seen this trick. They may have some extra surprises in store, so stay on your guard.
It's good to see Trunks acting competent. Oh boy, the Cell Juniors. I never enjoyed those characters. Not as bad as the Cybermen, though, exploding on you. Awake, Gohan, unleash your hidden power. Defeat 6 Cell Juniors. Alrighty. And of course they dance.
Be careful! These guys are incredibly strong!
I'm sorry. You simply cannot win. Sure, they look small, but remember, they are still my
I will say though,
children.
now that you actually can use your stamina and use the Z Vanish offensively, like I've shown here,
Really strong.
it really changes the game. Like someone with normal attacks can just worry about having a high normal attack. So you get something like these combos here. They can actually just chain together. That's pretty awesome.
Whoa!
Of course, I currently have the. I gotta say though, I gotta see what abilities unlock the Nimbus Cloud will actually let you use.
You want to be useful, don't you? To be the world champion the people need.
You're right. I have to. If there's some no-name out there causing trouble, the champ can't stand back and do nothing. All right, here goes. Yeah!
It's the android!
Gohan, there is nothing wrong with fighting for a just cause. Let the anger built up inside you flow freely. There is no need to hold it back any longer.
Like, I would actually say Krillin's Rise to Action is probably one of the most important abilities if you're a heavy normal attack user in this game
and
now.
the world I loved so much.
You've prattled on long enough, you failure.
Yep, here we go.
You're gonna pay for everything you've done!
At last,
Straightforward,
you
and I missed
reveal
all of
yourself.
them.
Now this is what I've longed for.
Gohan has finally unlocked his potential! Except, unlike the history we know, there's still Cell Juniors around. It's not over yet. Gohan still needs your help.
Don't get full of yourself, kid.
Have you lost what little mind you have? Do you really believe that you can take me on?
I can beat...
You're bluffing, child. Then I will show you the fearsome and shocking power of the almighty Cell!
At least Cell still has his bravado. It's one thing I've always found entertaining about Cell if you're from Xenoverse 1 as a mentor. It's so much bravado of being perfect.
Looks like I had the wrong idea about you. Good work.
So I'm guessing you're referring to the Majin transformation that drains stamina. Well, the Majins did have high stamina. Like I said, that's the one thing that's interesting. is that you're going to need to find out how to either generate a source of ki or regenerate stamina efficiently to keep going. Now we're just going off the rails here. Now we're just mixing the movies with the story. I still kind of give credit. I think I still like the first mission for Xenoverse 1 for the Cell games. Alrighty, well apparently now we're finding a bunch of metal coolers.
The Cell games are open to anyone, aren't they? Then we will be participating as well. What in the world?
That's another thing, actually. They made attacking
Very
behind
well.
you a lot easier
Allow
now.
me to welcome you to the Cell games.
Metal cooler? But why here and now? Who is this metal cooler character? And why are there so many coolers? Metal cooler was created by the technology contained in the Big Getty Star. That opening is a wormhole, something like a tunnel through space and time. Those metal coolers went through it, so they could participate in the Cell games. Please, you have to stop them somehow. Blast it, they just keep coming.
Trunks, you have to join in too. If you go through the wormhole, Gohan and the others won't see you.
Understood.
After you finish off the metal...
Oh, come on. I'm actually not happy about that. I should have just hung back and waited. I'm sorry, guys. I need to play slower. I need to actually play more calm and collected. And we're back on... We're on New Namek, I hope. Oh boy.
Ha! To think you'd willingly jump out of the frying pan and into the fire!
So Freeze Race is probably the best attacker. Oh, that's good. That's interesting. So, like, I actually like a lot of the changes to the combat. Like, you can actually just Z-vanish now. So, like I said, the vanish ability, you could step and vanish. Now you can actually use it offensively. I'm actually going to try and do that. There we go. So you can actually press, what is it, R2 or L2, press, then press jump, and you'll move around. But you can also jump and attack as well. So you can actually get up right up close to someone. So say you're a Ki Blast user, and go right up to him and knock him out. Which is actually the huge advantage for the strike users. Or not really strike users, but... And combine that with the using Z-Vanish offensively, really improves combat. So it's actually pretty interesting. Okay. Majin? I don't think Majins have reduced stamina recovery. I gotta re-look up the races. Where's the hero Toki Toki City? It's a lot of clones you have to, or metal coolers you have to fight.
Another fly busted. Do you really think you can survive against so many of us?
Come on. Do you really think I'd dive in here head first without a plan?
Yes.
What? My mother? She's a brilliant scientist, and I've always loved messing with machines. I programmed a self-destruct sequence into Big Getty Star's central computer. In just a few moments, all of you will be blown to smithereens.
What? But how?
All right, we just have to hold them back until the metal coolers stop coming.
Oh. There you go. So you can. The only thing that I will say that actually sucks in terms of the of actually learning about these mechanics is the trainings. I don't like the training mode in this game. Like, it does a great job explaining the mechanics, but then having you practice it is torture.
Looks like that's taken care of. Could you go back and check on the others?
You just blew up the wormhole! How can I go back and check on the others? It's the Namex who recovered the stamina.
Looks
stamina
like I had
faster?
the wrong idea about you. Good work.
Interesting. Well, maybe the Namex would be pretty good. The only downside is those that have low attack. But then again, now we can boost our attack up to 125 and higher. I guess that doesn't really matter all that much now, does it? Oh, I guess we're not done here yet. Father to Son, the last Kamehameha. Oh my god, I was just watching, what was it? The World's Strongest. Oh god. I forgot what Master Roshi said when all three did the Kamehameha together. I actually liked what, you know, then again when I watched the World's Strongest and Tree of Might and stuff, they were all using the ocean dub.
Look, I'll support
looks like he
you
ate
from
the Tree of Might.
test, okay? You gotta take it from here.
Oh, thanks to my Saiyan cells, returning to health from a near-death experience has only made me even more powerful. What's so funny? Have you
I still don't
gone
like how they
insane?
have invincibility frames, but it's understandable.
Got my dad killed, but I'm glad I can avenge him. I've been wanting to destroy you with my own two hands.
Cell's power is still being enhanced by Towa's magic. You have to save Gohan and beat Cell.
Like, you are definitely going to need stamina in this game. Like, I'd say whoever now, if you like just doing punching and kicking and good at combos, find a Super Soul that does high stamina recovery. Because if I could find a Super Soul that restores my stamina, combine that with the passive ki regeneration, you could annihilate people as a human just doing normal attacks, which amplifies their benefit. Like, as you notice, I'm not even using my ultimate attacks anymore. I can just chain him to death. Like, it's kind of disgusting. Like, what you actually can achieve now with these little changes in the
Looks
combat.
like I had
additions
the
to
wrong
combat.
idea about you.
I will say, though, like I said, the knockback attack, I'm not a fan of. I see the potential in it, but the execution is just really, really difficult to pull off. Oh, let's see if that'll actually finish off Cell.
Impossible! How can I... He did it!
Yes! Yes, I did it! Amazing. He actually pulled it off. He won!
That was so cool. I still love that after all this time.
Welcome back!
That was a wild ride, wasn't it? I never expected to see a swarm of coolers show up. But everything turned out just fine, thanks to Trunks.
Yeah, I really didn't expect Trunks to be able to pull off a stunt like that.
Huh? Hold on a sec. I thought that was why you sent me there in the first place.
Oh yeah! I had that all planned out.
Yeah, sorry, Trunks. When you're the comic relief in the story, you don't exactly do great.
Why are you looking at me like that? Everything turned out fine, didn't it?
Good grief. You sure don't have it easy, do you?
There are people who would still ship them together. I'm just saying. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that now. They put them together as a couple. There. Let's actually use English. Hey, an invented capsule corporation. And Guru is still being attacked, and his house is in danger. And, wow. We got a lot to do here. Well, you know, let's actually do those events, and we can actually talk a little bit more about Thorosifer's question here. Negative Pro, you have 2 QQ bangs. One allows you to chain people to death, the other for expert missions and sitting back doing key ultimates. I knew you'd find a way to do cheese. I still haven't done much research on QQ bangs. I gotta say, I really gotta actually do some time investment on that. Now Trunks knows how Krillin and Yamcha feel. Yep, that's what happens when you get written as the comic relief. It's a damn shame, honestly.
Hi.
Let's just take our normal route here first. Just want to talk to these 3 characters here, get ourselves some pudding and chocolate, hopefully. And we'll talk to Raditz, and then we'll start going off to all those little places here. But to go back to Thorosifer and what he was asking in terms of how to actually grow viewers. It's never easy, as I said. You have to treat yourself as a cable provider. You have to treat Twitch as a cable provider, and you have to treat what you're creating as a brand. And you have to actually know what exactly. You have to first find out what kind of brand, what kind of character do you actually want to create, and that's very important because if you don't know that. You don't know who you're actually going to, produce content for. Because there's 2 things in terms of streaming that you want to be able to figure out. Is, what do you actually really want to stream? And what your demographic is? And how are you going to make the content that you are streaming compelling? And there's multiple ways to actually achieve that. Now, right now, what Twitch is specifically looking for, like what I'm doing right now, is not actually going to get me anywhere in terms of becoming a Twitch partner. Would I like that? I absolutely would. I would like the opportunity to do that. But if you honestly look at my content and the content I produced this past year and even back in 2015, effectively they look at it and it's like, oh, this is just a person who's just streaming games. And it is what it is. I'll even say that myself. I'm not being entertaining. I'm not providing any sort of high-quality entertainment. Let me be very specific about that. The type of content I am producing is not something that is particularly engaging to viewers, is no real interactivity into it, nor do I exactly have a personality or a character in which people will want to come back, interact, and watch my stream. Actually, talk to them. I forgot to give them food. Let's actually give them... So it's actually based on what stars here. So let's actually start giving them 3-star items here.
What's up?
You milk. And let's give you...
Yo!
More of Piccolo's clothes.
Yo!
So that'll give me 3-star food then. Yeah, you're right. Trunks does get treated like that, kind of like comic relief in Super. Which is oddly enough the time I started actually watching Super. Let's see, so actually get a capsule corp.
Greetings.
So, you want to... So, like I said, the content I produce here is effectively just, you know, this is my time playing games. I'm gonna sit down and play games. Let's see, anything over here? Nope. Yeah, probably just Vegeta, I bet. Yep, just Vegeta. And before I go into Vegeta's mission here and start talking, like I said, the content I produce, not exactly compelling, not exactly interesting to watch. You know, it's effectively just me playing the game, and a lot of the people who are at the top right now. That is, you know, they got there at the foundation. They started streaming. You know, you look at things like Kripparrian, Trump, and such. It's just them basically playing the game. But what makes it interesting for them is that they're playing at such a high level of play, usually at the master level. And they've been producing that content for a very, very long time. Or more specifically, they got in on the ground floor, and they're effectively committed to playing that one game, which is what made them big. You know, nobody really knew if Hearthstone was going to be a big game, or as big as it is, to be usually holding the number 2 slot on Twitch, but people knew it was going to be a very popular game. But even someone like Kripparrian, he actually brought his audience over from back when he played Diablo 3, so he already had, you know, a viewership to actually watch his content. So, you know, there's very much like a chicken and the egg. Usually a lot of people who are big on Twitch usually actually had something else they were creating or streaming that already made them big in the first place. And usually, like, if you choose something like popular, like usually Blizzard games and stuff, you can actually end up, you know, you have a good chance of actually building up a viewership. Whether you could do it now, that's a lot more difficult because the foundation is already laid, and you need to find a way to create something a little bit different. No, I don't see a pro scene occurring in Xenoverse 2. What I see for Xenoverse is people playing this game, basically every single person who has a big viewership on Twitch is probably actually streaming or have finished streaming Xenoverse 2 already. They'll be moving on to whatever the next big game is for the flavor of the week, and they'll be moving on. That's not to say you can't go pro in Xenoverse 2, but I would say if you were to commit yourself to one individual game, like, say, Overwatch or something like that, you know, that is a possibility. Hang on, let me actually do Vegeta's quest here, and I'll get back to my thought here on this. I've also been training hard for this day. I'm going to use you to test out my power. It doesn't matter if you're an Earthling because I've acknowledged your skills as a warrior. I'm going to crush you with everything I've got. I hope you're ready. Am I already finished with Vegeta's quest line? I'll be very disappointed, honestly. You deserve praise for getting this strong despite being an Earthling, but ultimately, I'm going to win. Now show me what you've got. Defeat Vegeta. Alright, no moves. Defeat Vegeta. Ah, there's the Kappa. Good to see it. Good to see that you didn't mean it. Sparring with Vegeta, advanced. Which is weird, 'cause I started at
is on a
advanced. with
whole
him.
new level. Prepare yourself.
That's one mistake I keep doing. Still not fast enough for that.
Oh, that's not bad. This is starting to get interesting. This is more fun than I expected.
What? I wasn't able to charge. Why?
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
I knew it was gonna happen. Why did they do that? That was dumb. There we go. Finally actually got that together.
Trying to fight me at that level of power? Is that your idea of a joke?
Alright, let's see what we got.
Wow, you're really something else.
Ooh, an elite suit. Huh. I like that the game gives you a lot of outfits in this game. Just as a side note. I just wish you can keep getting more of them. Impossible, I give it my all. How could an Earthling defeat me? Never mind, this time I'll admit defeat. But just you wait, I'll defeat you next time. Until then, keep training. You're number one! You're number one! Are you really an Earthling? You look like a Saiyan without a tail. I can't believe an Earthling as strong as you exists. Well, at least it's not Yamcha. I don't like this, but I guess we have no choice but to study under them. But still... interesting. Let's actually check out that elite suit here. What the heck is this? Actually, that's not bad, actually. It's not great, but it's not bad. The only thing I hope, honestly, because of the QQ bang system, is ways to be able to get multiple items. Because you can only... because it consumes the piece of clothing you're giving.
Something?
Oh, there you are. I have something I want to show you. You're strong enough to defeat Vegeta, but unlike him, you aren't reckless. Yes, I'm not reckless. I wish he went Super Saiyan Blue against you. You don't know. Well, obviously you probably won't. I'm probably at 100%. A while ago, someone left something suspicious on our property. Oh yeah, I got the egg. One of our security guards found it. What did that person like? Well, he had spiky hair and wore a strange contraption on his eye. Perhaps it was Thane wearing a scouter? Nah, not possible. Anyway, this is what he left behind. Can you go take care of it for me? Here you go. Yep, it was an egg. We tested in the lab, but all we could find out it contains a lot of energy. And Vegeta keeps trying to take it. Apparently he wants to fight whatever is inside. Does he think I'm crazy? There's no way I'm going to endanger Earth like that. Rone, I want you to keep this egg. I know you've got tons of tricks up your sleeve. Hey, I can tell you can do that. Call it a woman's intuition, but maybe you'll be able to try another approach. Also, you're just as strong as Vegeta, so I can trust you to take care of it. I swear, it's like there's some sort of joke you could make about Bulma comparing everyone to Vegeta. I wonder how Goku's doing. It's been a while since I last saw him. He's always training, just like Vegeta. But like I said, like the content I produce is not exactly something that an average person should find entertaining. If anything, like I said, the type of content I would like people to actually watch me for would honestly be more informational. Something that people can actually learn from while they watch. And that's very difficult to do because a lot of people who play games, they're more interested in the games. They're not really interested in well, they're not really interested in learning. Or, or at least while they're watching something that is entertaining.
Hello there.
Torai, you can replay quests you have already completed. Oh, okay. So hopefully you can actually get, the clothing again. That's good, at least. So, like I said, Twitch now is officially looking for sponsors. They're looking for brands. They're looking for characters, if anything else. And that's a very important thing when starting your channel. Like, if anything, some of the people who actually have gotten viewerships and gotten partnerships and such are individuals who create a persona, a character, in which they center their channel around. Very much like, watching those old 1980s shows, like, well, think like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. As strange as a comparison I'm making here, hear me out. They want someone to be able to create a brand, because the people who Twitch has been promoting heavily as of late have been people who've created personas. And when they stream, they act as a persona. For example, Future Man Gaming, or in terms of one of the competitors for the PJ Sultan. Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name, I'm blanking out of it. Oh my god, who was it? It wasn't the winner, it wasn't D Yoshi, obviously it wasn't Proton John. It wasn't Caspar. Ezekiel, that's it. It was Ezekiel. He's a person who's very over the top. I mean, for God's sakes, on the final day of the PJ Sultan tournament, he dressed up in his getup of the global emote he has that you actually can post on Twitch. He actually dressed up as that, which was something you'd expect from the Rocker Horror Picture Show. So it's important now. You need to start and think like a character or the type of content or brand you want to promote, because that's what Twitch is really starting to look for when it comes to creating your partnerships. Let's actually find out what Cooler wants here, and then we'll get back to the question here of how to actually build up a viewership on Twitch, or what games you actually can stream. You're going to assist me in my training today. Though fighting Frieza, I realize that there is still a latent power sleeping inside me. Oh my god, this fifth form. I need to fight powerful opponents and push myself to the edge in order to bring it out. See, Cooler understood this before Frieza. I respect your power, so you're the perfect opponent for me. Just like how I act when I do Nexus 101.5. Exactly. Exactly, Negative Pro. You create a persona, you create a character, you create a mask. We all wear masks in our daily lives of how we actually act. Very much like a personality. Obviously, there's, when you're creating a character and stuff, it's the same thing. Obviously, some will take a little more effort. Some people will dress up. Or some people will just take on a completely different attitude or personality that is usually either in complete conflict or the opposite direction of their own. But of course, it's always also important to think of the viewership you actually want to cultivate, because you might run into something like what happened to Justin Bieber this week, where he was singing, for someone who's, I believe he's now in his 20s now, obviously a successful singer, but what actually happened was he actually stopped singing to actually ask his audience, a bunch of very young, little girls, and, I guess you would also include teenagers and such, who admire him and are effectively extremely enthusiastic, outright screaming. And when Justin Bieber literally asked, "Can we all just chill? Let me sing, and then you can cheer," they obviously completely ignored it. Now, obviously, his request wasn't exactly something, something very difficult or anything like that, but the viewership he has had growing up in his career doesn't do that. They're not going to listen to him, no matter if he even asks directly. And he understood that, because he actually tried to stop he stopped his show for a moment and then came on back and finished the show. And so you do have to actually think of the demographic that you actually want to get and what you will end up getting, because they will be two different things. So you might have an intention to get one audience, but you will most likely actually end up with another, and it's good to prepare for that and what standards you actually want them to have while they, interact in your stream. I respect your power to be an opponent for me. Now fight me. Sure thing, Cooler, I will fight you. That's what I was hoping you'd say. Come at me like you want to kill me. I already do want to kill you. You're the one person who actually beat me in this game. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that at all. This free DLC that we released recently lets you change the overworld music temporarily. Oh, that's nice. I didn't really have trouble with the overworld music.
The war against Frieza's forces grows fiercer, and now a threat to our family has appeared. I must train until I die, and then keep training if I am to become fit to conquer the universe. Pathetic! Futile! Is this what you call training?
I call it training when it beats your butt now that I know how to actually fight in this game.
Show me every last grain of your skill!
Maybe I should not... I find stamina to be super important in this game now. It's actually ridiculous how important it is.
Give me more! This tension, I've never felt anything like it! That seems to be the limit. It's time to stop for a bit.
I never would have thought that you'd be this strong.
I kind of like this music. This is kind of nice. Just listen to it for a second. It's kind of nice, honestly. I like it. That's nice. I'd like to actually change the overworld music from time to time, give it some variety. Oh, we completed Hercule's challenge. Kuru's house has become more dangerous. I'm not coming back there. It's dangerous now. Wow, oh, they even made Cooler look different. It's rare to find someone who can fight this well against me. I'm looking forward to seeing just what you're capable of. Unlike the Frieza Force, I target planets that are difficult to conquer. There's no point in targeting a planet that anyone can conquer. This is how I prove just how strong I am. That's an interesting approach you have, Cooler. That's a very interesting approach. Look what these two time patrollers are up to. The time patrols are defenders of justice. Yet here I am infiltrating a ship filled with evil people. This is all in order to protect the peace of Conton City. We have no choice. Yeah, I'd hate to be these guys who've been given this assignment. Wonder what Lord Frieza's planning. I'm sure he'll try something. That's right, we should go talk to Frieza, too.
Oi!
Oh, he started training. That makes sense. Now it's Golden Frieza. You reminded me I gotta give credit where credit is due. Oh, Frieza's in his final form. This is interesting.
Yes?
I hate to break it to you, but your days with Cooler are numbered. He'll try to take you out one of these days. If even I couldn't keep a leash on you, it's only a matter of time before Cooler gets tired of you, too. Mark my words. Good advice. Good advice, Frieza. I'm kind of digging the whole be a, support villain, like a game, not even Game of Thrones. That's a bad example. Choosing, picking a faction and such. I've always liked that. Yes, friends, Apul. That's what we are. We're not really friends. Now Tino, now she's a friend. Now she is a friend I am okay with. Although the whole wanting to admiring Ginyu thing is still a little strange for me, but hey, what are you gonna do about that? So, like I said, you need to create a you need to create a brand that's entertaining. You need to know what kind of demographic you have, and I think one final other point here I actually want to make, and I actually want to look through. If anything, give me 1 second. I actually want to pause for a moment. I want to actually take a look here because there's one thing I actually typed in. And I think that's very important because, you know, Thorosifer is actually running, you know, doing one of the extra live charity streams. Because what actually happened at TwitchCon was they were actually asking people to make, to actually, you know, find a way to give things to charity. And a lot of people who, you know, even at, you know, their streams, big or small, will honestly try to make, you know, they'll actually do the charity stream. And, you know, that's honestly is a good thing overall. You know, and if you're, you know, it's your first time doing a charity stream, you know, never worry about how much money you're actually generating for charity and such. The important thing is that you're actually putting in the time to actually generate things. Oh, this is a person I didn't expect to see over here. Not you, Abaddon. Android 17. Get out of here, Abaddon. Get out of here. Thank you. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Get out of here. There. Thank you, Abaddon. We'll see you later. Hi, Android 17. How you doing?
Hey.
Well, I guess a human is better than nothing. I'm a bit bored. It's okay to play a little game. When it comes to games, the more the merrier. Don't you agree? The rules are simple. You're going to go out and destroy the town. You can stop us. Oh, we're going out to destroy the town. Oh, I wanted to join in. If you can stop us, you're a winner. We've got some real rough customers out there, so I think this will be fun. Okay, let the game begin. Good luck to you out there. 1718. Of the official history. Really, it's an ability, too. I haven't done his story missions yet. We're not done with the Cell Saga? I thought we were. We're not done with the Cell Saga?
Now! Don't you dare get in my way!
Whoa. You want to fight?
I'm warning you. I won't go easy on you because you're a woman.
Well, look at this. Some reinforcements.
Fine. I'll do this.
What a pain. Do you think you can handle the likes of them?
That's surprising. They're a lot stronger than what was reported by Dr. Giraud.
It seems my power wasn't needed.
I'm surprised they can last this long.
Damn it!
No, I guess I haven't done the story missions yet.
See you later.
Yeah, official history, and I just botched it. That's the way it goes. Well, since this is a parallel quest here, I guess we don't have to worry so much about it. So let's get back to my points here. You know, don't worry about how much money you're generating. The important thing is, of course, you find content that you actually want to stream, and that you have fun going through and streaming the games you want while you're fundraising for the charity. Obviously, you know, doing little things like the
I'll think of it as some kind of game.
Is very, very important.
What a surprise. You're not bad at all. Well, well. You guys don't give up, do you?
What?
Let's see how well you do.
Are you the only one who's going to fight 17?
Honestly, it's unfair. I shouldn't be fighting someone like you in the first place.
Looks like you can handle quite a bit.
Huh. For not being an android, that's some power. Let's change places.
Yeah, without this new combat system, being able to chain everything together is absolutely ridiculous in terms of power. And this is without using any stats, just to let you know. My character has no stats invested. Like, which makes me wonder if you actually do put in stats now.
You can't beat me.
Okay, things are gonna get serious now.
Now that's more like it.
What the? Like, the only other thing I think is the Just Guard system, but I haven't actually done that yet. Oh, that sucks.
"17! What's going on? That's impossible!"
We were supposed to be invincible.
That. Oh, that sucks. He vanished in front of me. I'm having trouble with some of the things with stats allocated at level 71. Wow, you really are ahead of me in this game. You're really ahead of me in this game. Oh, finally they actually just go superpower. He probably does the same. It is happening. Oh, this actually is not good. Did she just slap me? Of course. I think fighting the NPCs in this game has made me very lazy.
Saying right is absolutely deadly.
Hey, Reddits. Oh, I'm
you'll soon
not that low on health yet. Like the whole Just Guard system. Oh, right, can't guard that. That was dumb of me. And I can't do anything because...
Impossible! What's with this power?
Hang on. Nope, that's not it. That's actually a heal. You're only one story arc ahead. Okay. Well, still, and I guess in terms of time invested, though, you probably have a lot more than me. What? Okay, that's new. Of course I missed. Oh, what? I did not expect them to actually go back. Starting to think this whole relying on... Relying on ultimate attacks here is not a good strategy.
Damn it!
I just finished everything on the map before continuing. Interesting approach. How that always misses. I know I'm doing that way too early, though. Okay. Thank goodness they're just attacking me one at a time. Because I've had problems with this game in terms of attacking. That's the other thing I hate. You're spamming jump to recover, and it will use your Z vanish. And when you're stuck in a chain state like this, you can't really heal. You just need a break, unfortunately. And he just guarded me. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this. I have no other healing items.
Huh. So you do have a brain in that head of yours after all.
Well, that'll be the second time I lost. Regen capsules were also really, really good in this game. That was a fluke and you know it. Don't let it get to your head.
Hey!
Yeah, I think stamina is going to be like the new top resource in this game. Ki used to be because Super Saiyans. But given how Super Saiyans work, I don't know if that's still applicable. So you're only one arc ahead of me. That's actually pretty good, then. What level am I? I'm level 52. And that's still very overpowered for the story. I wish they actually made the story a little bit higher level than the others. But what are you gonna do? I do like seeing all these people actually running around and stuff. And here they're all back.
Yo!
Piccolo's clothes. So I got Piccolo's clothes again. Let's see, are Piccolo's clothes actually level 3? Because I got them twice in a row. Piccolo's... Okay, so I gave him a milk. That was a 3-star item, and he came back with a 2-star item. So it's not always going to be that.
Yo.
So it's not based on the food you give him. Well, let's actually give these guys giant fish this time. So, also, if you see this here by feeding them, you get a choice between guard and calm down. If you tell them to guard, they will change color. If you tell them to calm down, they will stay the color. They should stay the same color. So, if you want them to change colors, that's what you do.
What's up? What's up?
Get them giant fish. Guard, I want you to change. And he's yellow. Good. That's actually the color I want. I actually want equipment from these guys.
Hi.
We'll give you another giant fish, and I want you to guard. I don't need recovery items. Blues, I'd say, aren't needed. Oh, good. They're actually all yellow. I'm actually okay with that. Regen capsules were really, really good in the first one. They were... Actually, I should actually just equip one right now. Let's see. Customize. Change battle items. I don't even know why I have this. Let's actually change that. Actually, no. It's just the regen. Those regen capsules healed you for a little bit, and then they would regenerate, and they were pretty good duration. The only thing is, if you're actually just starting up, they just cost a lot of Zenny. You can also go check on Guru's place as well, which is really high up there, actually. Really just getting perspective. So once you actually figure out, like your character, your brand, and the games you actually want to play, once you figure out a way to make it interesting, the important thing, of course, is, well, you just should start streaming. The point of it, the reason I say start streaming is to specifically experiment. You need to see what works, what doesn't, what you can actually learn while you stream as well. That's what's really important, is to see if you're comfortable with what you're streaming. Because what a lot of people do in Twitch, they'll end up streaming, a certain game, like Overwatch, and then they'll get bored. Or actually, let's use an MMO, for example. MMO streamers are actually well known for this. They stream only one game. And that's fine. There are millions of people who actually want to watch World of Warcraft, and they've been able to actually build an entire business off of streaming. The downside is, though, when they actually want to play other games, they really don't, they don't want to play that anymore. And so when they actually try to move on to a different game, their viewership doesn't follow. And that usually will end their streaming career as is. Which is why I think if you actually try to You know, you don't want to create. You don't want to be defined by the game you play. You want to be defined by your character and brand, and the content, and the type of content you will provide. Because you don't want to be defined by the game. You want to be defined by. You want to be defined by, you know, the type of channel you are, whether it's informational, whether it's entertainment, and what, you know, because if you set those standards with viewers, they'll know, okay, this is not a channel I want, you know, that's going to be dedicated to watching, you know, only, say, League of Legends. You know, their League of Legends players also have this problem. They get really good at a game, you know, they reach Master or Challenger rank, that's the highest rank you can, or they even get to, you know, Platinum. Or, not well, actually, yeah, Platinum, you know, or even Diamond. You know, those are, you know, and then people only really expect them to stream that one game, because that's all the game, that's the only game they actually care about. That is actually, Legorin, if you really want me to be honest, that's actually one of the reasons why John doesn't do Baz. I've looked at the numbers, and he doesn't get the viewers. He doesn't get the numbers. And that's not to say John cares about, you know, John doesn't exactly care how many people he actually gets watching his stream. But, you know, you do have to, you know, you have to be smart about it. You have to know, like, where's your rise and where's your decline. And looking at it, there's, you know, statistically speaking, and this is me just giving him that information. You know, this is my personal opinion. In terms of numerics, Baz doesn't get the numbers. John has tons of fun playing Baz, and it's a, you know, it's a good game. You know, to actually, you know, he's built a lot of fun from a terrible video game. Because let's be honest, it still is actually a terrible video game. It's sold poorly, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun doing it. It's a good game you can be, you know, to actually become entertained with, because it's something abnormal. It's something from left field, and it's something people can effectively enjoy. Let's see, I'm actually trying to see here what else. Oh, right, that was the other thing I need to think of. I was actually going to Hercule's place. Actually, just go over here. We can save ourselves some time.
Greetings.
And like I said, it's not even. And just to let you know, when a person does streaming, and when I say the numbers don't matter, I want to be specific on that, because I think that could be very much open for interpretation. When I say the numbers don't, you know, they don't, you know, they don't bring in the numbers. There's very much a difference between viewers, subscribers, and followers. Those are three very separate categories. You know, Baz in itself, plenty of people still subscribe to John. You know, he has cultivated an audience because he's been at the foundation since YouTube gaming has started, and not the actual YouTube gaming itself, but just YouTube. And when people actually posted video games online. But in terms of just people actually being able to, you know, watch his content, Bomberman Act Zero is a very black and white issue for people. Either they want to watch it or they don't want to watch it. And more often than not, a lot more people are more interested in seeing a wide variety of games being played. You know, more people are honestly more interested in watching John play Gilligan's Island than John playing Bomberman Act Zero. Because they want to see games that they normally don't know of. Hey Sly, how you doing? Hope you've been having a good weekend tonight. Tonight's topic is actually brought to you by Thorsifer, and asking, what can I do to get more people to watch my stream? Like, what's a good game to start with? And you know, we've been kind of going over that topic here. I don't think... Oh, I'm off by 4 hits. I thought I already had that one finished. That's a shame. But I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend here. I'm trying to think here. You know what?
Greetings.
Let's actually do... we might just do a parallel quest, actually. We've had a wonderful weekend? Awesome. I hope you're ready for Halloween. I'm not really ready for Halloween. What the heck was that? Did someone just yell out Gallic Gun? And personally, I'd say, And you're right, almost any game will actually work if you're trying to build up a viewership. But it's also important to know, you know, what people watch. Like, I do wish one of the things that does kind of bother me when it comes to Twitch is they are basically a cable provider, but they actually need to figure out how to actually promote other games. You know, additional content. Oh, looks like we unlocked Team Gohan. What else have we unlocked? Probably unlocked Cell. Oh, there's Metal Cooler. All the androids. That's cool. They actually finally put in Android 16. There's Cell, Cell Jr. There's Black Goku, so Black Goku's finally unlocked, although we all know, if you watch Super, you already know who that is. I still prefer Turles. I was actually training under Raditz. This took me a while. I got the key explosion for that. Nice. If you don't enjoy the game you're playing, it shows. Yes and no.
You better be of some use.
I mean,
Ginyu Force!
there are some people who can mask it very well, and even if they aren't having a good time,
guys, are you ready?
there are a lot of people who watch the content and they won't actually care.
Of course! Let's beat them all down!
Like, they won't actually care what you're actually streaming.
Party, but I'm here to crash your party. Oh, but I come bearing gifts.
Ah! How can this be? I know this feeling. It's like snatching the perfect body. Incredible! Raw power, welling up from within.
Whoa, that was a lot of hair you had there, Jace.
Hey! What in the...
I gotta say, I'm glad Raditz is in. You can actually play as Raditz. Yeah, some people do just care about the game. A lot of people who, like League of Legends players, or League of Legends viewers, they just want to watch someone play League of Legends. Like, you know, obviously they might have a certain standard, like, oh, I just want to watch a newbie play it, I just want to watch... Wow, the entire Ginyu Force is actually in this. You got a 60-hit combo, because the key explosion doesn't have a hit limit. Interesting. Sorry, I'm kind of on autopilot when playing. NPCs at this level are kind of weak. And let's get Goldo. There you go. Hello, Goldo. Oh, I salvaged that. Unfortunately, I can't chain the combo because he's already dead. But yeah, some people just want to watch someone play the game and only care about the game. You know, there are people who will... You know, League of Legends is probably just the best example. Wait, that was everyone? Oh no, it wasn't. Oh right, Turles. I forgot about you, Turles. A 60+ hit combo. I remember my combo originally was what was it? It was 254 in the first one. Wait, then what does... Oh, okay, they are... I guess they're together. So there's people who just come, you know, come for the game and such. So that's kind of viewers who just don't want to...
increases one's strength exponentially. You sure you want me eating that? Fool! You have dug your own grave!
Everyone's eating fruit. This is what happens when you eat fruits, kids. Damn it. But personally, it's just better to, at least while starting, to play a game you enjoy. Exactly. That is probably some of the best advice I can give. Is start, you know, think of a brand, think of a topic, think of a concept for your stream that you want to actually do, and then use a game that you enjoy streaming, or something that is of the content that you want to create with. And if you can, and this is also very important, and this is why a lot of people who, you know, why a lot of streamers have jumped into YouTube, is another way to obviously generate them more money and stuff. Like, if you are a person who's going to pursue a career in online entertainment, I would honestly say you need to, you know, just like anything else, you need to figure out multiple paths to generate revenue. So people are going to be jumping on, you know, some people who obviously, like, Vine's going to die now, but you know, people actually use Vine as a way to make revenue. You know, they actually took, you know, they took partnerships with Vine. You know, same thing with YouTube. You want to generate revenue with them, and I have that camera bug again. And some will actually, you know, will take, you know, more sponsorship deals and such. But the important thing is, though, to actually develop a way to convert your streaming content into YouTube content. Now, someone like Riparian, they figured it out. It's nice and easy, but Hearthstone's a very, you know, overall it's a very easy game to convert over, because you're just taking your time playing, you make a topic, and then you provide commentary on top of it. Very simplistic. You know, it's absolutely brilliant, but just because of how complex playing the game is at a high level. But in terms of topics, though, people will want to know and want to watch it because it's the type of topic I would be interested in. How to actually become better at streaming games. By the way, if you are looking for additional food for any of the Majins, it's just good to just, you know, fly around into each of the areas here, and they'll usually have 1 or 2 things of food. To answer your question, though, Sly, how am I enjoying Xenoverse 2? I'm honestly enjoying it. I think, you know, just like the previous Xenoverse, it's just way too easy. You know, it's not exactly a difficult game. I still have some criticisms towards the combat system, specifically the knock you back system, where you have to press, if you are using an Xbox controller, it is Y and B at the same time, or if you're, you know, of the Nintendo standard, it would be X and A. I find that to be a little cumbersome. Same thing with the pursuing. And I think these are all little additions here. So things like the Just Guard system, and the changes to like the Z Vanish system, you know, those are nice. But specifically for the, you know, the knock people back system, I'm not exactly a fan of it. Same thing with the, you know, follow up where you have to press forward into. It doesn't always, you know, the window of actually making those inputs. Like if you're a person who plays fighting games, that margin of error is literally a frame. Same thing with the Just Guard. It is literally 1 frame in which you have to guard. If anything, actually, I can actually show it. And I'll actually do that. I'll actually make this the end of the stream here. I actually want to illustrate this, because the combat system, I still don't like the knock 'em back part of it, where you have to press 4 and 3 at the same time, because it makes it very difficult, and half the time the input doesn't go. You know, it doesn't accept the input. But for the rest of it, like changing the Z Vanish into an offensive drastically changes the playstyles possible in this game, where you can just be a normal attacker and just follow up against someone with a very long combo of normal attacks. So that, you know, so now you basically have to treat normal attack not as just something that you're using in between your super and ultimate attacks. It is in itself its own combat style. And since the trainer now here teaches, you know, topics like, come on, Elderkai, let me get to the topics. You know, the knock 'em down, I can't even beat the knock 'em down advanced. Same thing with the combo attack. It has the same problem where it has you use the knock 'em down system, and basically the timing you have to be able to execute such a combo is beyond me. I'm not great at fighting games, and this is one of the few times I'll make this comparison to a fighting game, but I think it's not a good direction for this game. Keeping the combat very simplistic is very good. But let's just do the, like, this here. Let's do the advanced version of Just Guard here. And I'll show you why this can be a little bit difficult here. So, depending who your master is, that's the person who's going to be your training partner in these instructions, which is actually pretty cool. So you can actually get very unique dialogue from each of the characters.
Very well, let's get started.
So, a Just Guard here is by guarding at the right before an enemy attack connects. A successful Just Guard will store 1 bar ki and deplete 1 bar of enemy stamina. A Ki Blast can be knocked back using a Just Guard as well, so you can knock back normal Ki Blasts. I don't know about the charge Ki Blasts. Of course, you can move forward, and that will also block Ki Blasts just like it did in Xenoverse 1.
Alright, are you ready?
But this is where things kind of get difficult.
Observe and move as I do. Not too tall an order, I hope.
So, as you can see, it demonstrates the Just Guard system.
So then, did you get that?
So all they really
Now
want me
it's
to do
your
is just
turn
do a
to
basic
show
attack.
me what you can do.
It's that part that makes it a pain to actually practice it. Successfully perform 10 Just Guards successfully. So basically what they want me to do is lock on to Raditz here, since he's my master, attack, and react. So I have to press the guard button, just in time. And if I miss...
Hey, I can see you there!
It goes back down to 0. And that's why I say when the margin of error in this game is something a fighting game player would need in order to take full advantage of this system.
Hey, I can see you there! See? You can do it if you try!
That is a very difficult...
Those were some pretty good moves!
That is very difficult to pull something like that off, because I was only able to pass that because I built a momentum, a rhythm.
I have nothing left to teach you!
Trying to actually do that on command while you're fighting against a player, or even just against an NPC, is very difficult, because it is literally a final frame situation. But in terms of the story, in terms of what I actually expected this game to be, I am getting that. I'm enjoying it. I will say though, obviously this game will, be a lot more enjoyable with people. But if you're expecting this game to be difficult, don't buy this game. If you're expecting this to be, like an enjoyable fanfare Monster Hunter game that's, more like with a very, very simplistic fighting system, with just that part here from the instructor, because this instructor here, all these challenges, effectively teaches the advanced combat system in the game, which is very interesting. That's what actually makes, this is showing, like, I would say it is really worth your time to actually learn this stuff, because you can, instead of just simply spamming a super attack or ultimate attack over and over again, it shows you that you can actually do a normal attack combo and ensure that whatever type of attack you do will actually connect to your super or ultimate attacks. But pulling it off, though, is extremely difficult. But it does show they did add another layer to the combat in this game. So I expect to see matches in this game, like more the limitation ones, to be a little more interesting to watch, not the full-on, level 100s versus level 100s. And of course, doing things like this, flying around in the city, you know, learning from the masters. It's a whole lot of fun, and there's a lot of stuff you actually can do. So I'm actually about 50% through with the game here. You know, of course, you get the master system here, and they streamlined the master system, so you can actually just move, learn from, you know, get the moveset from each of these characters, and then move on. So you don't even have to worry about anything. You can just play the game at the pace you want. You can, you know, do the base activities for additional content. So I finished with Capsule Corp, I finished with Gurus, almost done with Frieza's. Hercule's house is at 50%. So getting all those eggs, whatever they do, is very nice to actually go through. You know, so there's a lot of stuffing in this game. A lot of stuffing. And depending on what kind of player you are, if you like having a lot of extra stuff to do, because that's why I'm actually overpowered for the story, is because there's so much extra stuff to do. You know, half of the time I'm just over-leveled. You know, as you can... Let me actually show you once again with my Parallel Quest. I think I'm only on Parallel Quest, like, 18 or 19. All of that content is officially below me, and I haven't even put a single stat into any of my builds. I haven't even specialized with anything. So, like I said, I'm actually, you know, I'm having a good time going through this game. You know, all these missions I haven't done. That's a lot of parallel quests I haven't even touched yet. That's an interesting build, Shiver. A very interesting look for you. But I'm honestly enjoying it. It's giving me exactly what I want. It's still giving me a very fundamental game where I can enjoy the self-immersion, being in the Dragon Ball universe. And, you know, for a story, I was able to even throw my previous character from Xenoverse 1. You know, do I want a Xenoverse 3? I don't know. Depends on the story and how they develop it. Kinda don't know. Because I like stories to be very much self-contained. Like, the story in Xenoverse 1, even though they alluded to a sequel, was very self-contained in its own right. Beating this game, I hope, is very self-contained in its own right, because I'm not seeing a sub-antagonist or anything like that. And without that, I don't see the game, in terms of narrative, developing into anything. And having us replay all of the missions again, like they have been doing in this, in terms of the story, might not last. You know, it's like, okay, go through the Saiyan Saga again, go through this, you know, go through the Frieza Saga again, go through the Android Saga again, go through the Cell Saga again, go through the Majin Buu Saga again. There's only so many times you can actually replay those type of missions and make so many different twists on them. And while I think a lot of people enjoy knowing that there's a game out there that lets you self-immerse, enjoy like a little bit of enjoy the fan fiction of the game, it's not something I think a lot of people will enjoy for a third time. But we'll see. It depends. I don't know exactly how hardcore the Dragon Ball faithful are. I like Dragon Ball. It's enough for me to actually enjoy this game. You know, I do have some criticisms with the combat system, like the knock 'em down specifically. But other than that, though, I do appreciate like how they turn the system to be a lot more aggressive instead of just spamming or waiting for ultimate attacks and such. I do wish I saw more strike abilities, though. I do wish there were more strike abilities, though, because I'm still not finding them. Let's see here. I was beating 7-star missions before even starting the story mode because of how much content there is in Overworld. Exactly. Legrin has it right. There's so much stuffing in this game. In terms of what you can do in Canton City, the story mode will then become like... You know, as you saw, I was just going way, past the story mode way too quickly. To the point where I couldn't even enjoy the dialogue. Which is a weird contrast because the game even encourages you to enjoy talking to all the NPCs here, so Imai and Rezo, because each of these individuals has their own story. going on. You talk to Sumo Toko here. She has her story. You talk to Kyume and Aloe. They have their own story that actually develops. And if you just play through the story mode as fast as possible, so you're maximizing the challenge of the game, you're going to miss out on enjoying the story. You're going to miss out on what they're actually saying, what they actually think. Actually, after being the Saiyan Saga, the 7-star ones weren't available yet. Saiyan Saga's the first saga. Yeah, you of course you wouldn't be able to actually access the highest difficulty parallel quests. What about the Elder Caillou cast? I don't care about him. I mean, he's an old man. I heard that he's about 1,000 years older than the Supreme Kai Time. What is he, some kind of monster?
Yo!
You know, Aloe, hey, listen to this. The other day I was having a cup of tea with Supreme Kai Time. Like, these two characters want to have have tea time with the Supreme Kai Time. And now they've achieved it. Because they had the gumption and actually just asked her outright. You know, it's little things like that. When suddenly out of nowhere, the Elder Kai appeared out of nowhere and started trying to grab me. I freaked out on instinct. I smacked him one with all my might. I thought the Supreme Kai Time would be angry, but he... Okay, there's a text error, but he praised me instead. That's the weirdest tea time I've ever had. And there's a lot of different characters you can actually enjoy talking to and get their own stories. Some people have, you know, contrasting relationships. Not personal quests. Vegeta's last training mission is 7 stars. Yeah, I will... Okay, you're right. The difficulties in terms of stars are way off. They are really, really off. I think a lot of missions are, you know, effectively become below the player by the time you actually reach it. I do agree with you on that. But, you know, in summary though, I do have fun with this game. It is a game that exactly what it met my expectations in terms of what I wanted, and it gave me a little bit of extra stuff that I didn't expect. Which, some of it is nice, some of it is, some I don't understand yet. I still don't understand the QQ Bang system yet. And, you know, some is, you know, middle of the road, but I see at least they're trying something different, like with the combat. Adding another layer of difficulty with the combat system. Part of it frustrates me because I'm not exactly a great fighting game player. Some of it I do like because it changes it from being a very defensive game to a lot more proactive. You can be a lot more proactive, but obviously that changes the way resource management becomes, which makes you actually sit down and think how you're actually going to fight in this game. Maybe not against NPCs, but hopefully about players. Or you can just make the combat look extremely, extremely fancy, and some people enjoy doing that. Because it will look awesome. As is the super level advancement test. Okay. But hopefully the stream will actually answer a lot of questions. Hopefully it answered Thoros' first question. You know, never be afraid to ask me a question on Twitter if you want me to go in depth about something. You know, whether it be like what game should someone play, because there is no real right game, but the right game for you will be based on the type of content you want to create, the character that you create, and the brand that you create. You should be focusing on that game. You know, you can of course chase after the newest releases or play one of the top 20 games on Twitch, but those are not, unless you're absolutely committed and you have that much of a fervor to play that game, that is not exactly a good viable long-term strategy. A good viable long-term strategy would be creating a character or creating a brand, finding games that will match that or will emphasize that, you know, that brand or that character's strengths to make it entertaining or make it interactive, and find a way through that content to create YouTube content or additional content in some way, shape, or form. I would say if you're like an artist or something, you know, playing a game, and then after you finish streaming a game, creating a song, you know, about it for people to listen to and enjoy would be a good combo. Or create a list of songs, like a small soundtrack that people can actually buy. Something like that. That is how you actually take care of it. That's how you actually do the long term. You know, me, the reason why this is not going to be a successful stream or endeavor for me to really follow through with. I enjoy it as a hobby. This is why I stream, because it's a condense of my time to enjoy a video game. But I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not increasing the production value of my stream. I'm not creating a character. I'm not creating a brand. I don't have a way to really transfer the content I'm streaming into good YouTube content. Not just simply copy-paste. Some people, obviously, archiving your content is still important. It is extremely important, and you should always do that. But in terms of doing something like what Kirparian does, transforming his games of just him playing Hearthstone, because he has all of that archived, and just pulling random matches or random instances on the topic he is discussing, that is how you create very good YouTube content. And that's another way to generate another revenue stream. And I think that's what a lot of people need to take their time when thinking about doing something like streaming. It's a very simple question with an extremely complex answer. And I hope maybe if you actually have an interest in streaming, you'll think about that too. Maybe you'll end up creating a character that is very chill. You might create a character that is extremely hyperbolic, like PewDiePie's character. But, whatever you do though, know that I wish you luck, and I know you can do it. But it'll take a lot of time, and a lot of effort. Because I didn't even actually touch on one of the most other important aspects of it, which is networking. Networking and making connections. It's probably also one of the most critical things, because you've got to find multiple ways to be able to promote yourself or to make people in the communities of the game you're playing aware that you exist. And that is something very, very difficult for people who are new to streaming or creating online content, because a lot of places now don't allow that self-promotion. And that self-promotion is very, very important. But I would also say, if you are actually going to self-promote, be involved in those communities. Become someone that can actually stand out by some way, either by your character or by the way you actually act online. Probably being a jerk isn't exactly the best way, but, creating art or creating fan works and stuff is a good way. Tom Fox is probably the key example I would tell people to look to as a person who went from creating fan works of Proton John and was able to actually make an entire career on Twitch. He is by de facto one of the perfect examples of how to get involved in a community, donate, create fan works and stuff, and then use that momentum to actually not only continue creating content on his YouTube channel, his own individual original content, but also build up a viewership through his association with Proton John. And that is why I'll actually say this, he has my deepest respect for this. Because he actually was the one person out of everyone who's been related to Proton John that has done it successfully. And that's why he has my respect. And which is why I'll always support him in whatever he does whenever he asks for my help. But, I'm rambling. I hope that answers your question, Thorosifer. I wish you luck in your fundraising stream whenever you do it. I don't know when you do it. But, as for me though, I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because it's Halloween, and I'm going to be handing out plenty of nice little treats to all the good little boys and girls and all the adult men and women who go out trick-or-treating. And I hope you have yourself a safe and wonderful Halloween as well. Until then though, thank you very much for watching, and take care.